Guys, welcome back to another episode of Unmotivated. We're sitting down here with Iron Shark K9, and it's Tuesday, or it's Wednesday. Look, this how far we land. We did almost like a 24-hour bid a couple days ago, and we got probably one of the highest viewed videos we've had in a while, just doing a live on some bite work stuff. And now, here's the question: how many people have ever been bit by a dog, or bitten by a spider? You wake up, got a spider bite. Hopefully you never been bit by no roach.
Roaches got teeth?
Boy, you wake up, boy, you ain't never got bit by a roach. That roach will have a whelp on you, man. That's a real thing. If you in the ghetto and you got roaches and you didn't I'm talking whelp, bro. Roaches don't play.
Nah, I ain't never been bit by no roach. I've been bit by a dog a couple times though.
There you go, man. So talk about the excitement you get, because I've watched you go into a trance. And for those people who watch this, I'm a movie guy, right? And Robert Downey Jr. plays a guy that's a writer in a movie called The Soloist. And I remember there's a scene in there, he goes, when was the last time you were that good at something? So in Stan's case, I watched this guy go into a trance, and he gets into a different state when he's like working the dog. He basically turns on the character, man. What about getting bit by a dog that excites you, man?
Man, I think it reminds me a lot of sports, because you're actually competing against the dog. Because one, you have to make them miss, you have to build them up, you got to bring it out of them, some of these dogs. So I think the competition aspect of it is what excites me. And it's just like putting on the pads, or lacing up your track spikes before the gun goes off, and then it's like, all right, once it's on, it's on. And like Kobe Bryant said, it's like the Gladiator movie where he grabs the dirt and then he changes. So
look, knowing that you about to get active and so many things, like all your senses, you got to use all 5 senses, man.
Oh, you got to use 6 of them. You got to have that 6th sense to not get bit.
And you know what's crazy? Think about this. They say dogs can smell fear. In Stan's case, you got to be able to smell when that dog's going to do something crazy.
Yeah, you got to anticipate them dirty dogs, boy. So, I mean, it's just exciting. I mean,
and what is a dirty dog?
Dirty dog is going to be somebody who's going to redirect, take something. If they're outing, they go for your leg, they go for your face.
How many dirty people have you met in life?
Man, I bet a couple of dirt bags in my time.
What's the best, dirtiest situation you've been in?
I mean, it's probably the one that started my business. To be honest, getting fucked over them puppies, man. I mean, that's some dirty shit, especially when you helped build somebody's brand and had a lot of money coming in for them, and they just fucked you over like 25, 30K. Like, it was pretty dirty.
Dang, bro. And you had no money management skills back then, so what would you even done with 30 bands?
Shit. Who knows? probably bought a computer or something, But, I mean, I would have had the money.
He'd have had it, and then it would have went.
Yep.
Now, when it comes to bite work, people, for those that are living life is like that too, man. Life will takes a bite out of your ass every day.
Yep.
And some people don't take that into account, but it feels like the life is kicking your ass 9 out of 10 times, man. So what do you do, Stan, when life is kicking your ass? Because I've been around, and you've been around me too. Mm-hmm. And Stan's one of the people who brought to my attention that it been kicking my ass. I didn't even know it. I was like, oh, damn, that is crazy. In my mind, you just got to keep going and going and going, like energize the money. But what do you do when you get kicked in the ass by life, man?
Man, me personally, I shouldn't, but I get away from everything. So I make myself more reclusive, and that was a bad habit that I had, before I met you guys. Instead of talking about my problems and trying to actually find a plan to get through them, it was more of a woe is me. What could I have done different, instead of actually figuring out a plan to go forward. So nowadays, what I do is I go to the gym. I'll get around you guys. I'll even play some Call of Duty when life is kicking my ass. It's like, you know what? Let me just decompress for a second, and we'll get back to it. The more opportunities that come, the more frustrating it gets, because it's like, damn, okay, I can't miss now. I'm in a position where we gotta swing for the fences, and we gotta be accurate. We gotta make sure everything goes.
I'm gonna tell you this: you gotta get on base.
Yeah.
So the fences is cool. You'll miss swinging for the fences, boy.
That's a fact.
You just said you can't miss, and one of the most, RBIs are a thing, man.
Run back in.
Yeah, you go, look, I like that, and you hope to hit a home run, but reality is pinch hitters are needed.
Yep.
A good butt to bring somebody in to score.
It's a good play.
This is a team sport, so even with you referencing the fact that you no longer run in tumultuous times, you go, I've got more of a supporting cast now where I feel comfortable.
Yeah, I trust them.
And confident in disclosing, hey, look, I'm getting beat the fuck up. What do I do? Or, shit, I'm just come up there and just chill, and do some work or hang out with you guys. So I'm telling you guys the same thing. Look, life's going to kick you in the ass. swing for the fence is gonna kick your ass. You liable to throw your back out. What I will tell you is, getting on base means you're in the game.
Yeah.
And if you can get on base and you're in the game, you're that much closer to winning the game than striking out.
That's
true. You try to hit a home run, and that's the importance of being precise. Precision is key versus like what I hope it works.
Well, it's the same thing like reading the dogs, because you got to be able to read the pitch. And I heard a little snippet that y'all were talking about, your life throws you a curveball, but these baseball players, they can read when a curve is coming right out of the guy's hands. So the repetitions, the practice, going through these things and being able to really adapt to the situation, I think is necessary. So taking a step back and realizing what's happening before it happens, because a lot of times you say you're just playing a game. You pretty much know what you're going to do. I'm not pretty much. You know what you're going to do before you even get there.
And let's go back, because that's a good point to bring up. What was it like, we had Stan and I, we had a talk before we left to TikTok, spent some time with our guy, Richard, the other day. And Stan really didn't have a plan. And so how are we going to get better at planning? Because that's how life kicks you in the ass too, is when you show up and don't know what the fuck's going on. Had I not been like, y'all go do this, dude. I mean, you saw 3 hours of pure movement, and he knew. He was like, "This dog, you about to see this nigga know what he doing."
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fall back and fall in line. So, what are you gonna do to improve your planning and strategy development and execution? Because these are huge opportunities.
Yeah. So I had a plan to work the dogs, but it has to be bigger than just that. Like I even said, I should have did a podcast with him about, hey, this is different of working than a Malinois, working presses. So, I mean, there's a couple of things like that. Next time I'll have a better plan and idea of some things I want to talk to him about, because, I mean, I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He breaks things down. He's very informative. And we kind of relate on the same way that we look and we read the dogs. I mean, he even said that. He was like, Stan, you actually read the dog. You didn't come out and just do a bunch of bullshit. You had to motivate him. You had to do some different stuff, even go back a step to try to get the dogs up. And a lot of times you got to be able to, like you said, think on your feet. So I need to just...
Think on your feet, not get bit on your feet.
Yeah, I've been bit on my feet too. So
what are you going to do to also consider thinking more of yourself, man? Because that goes back to you're limited by your greatest thought of yourself.
Yeah.
And my thing is, it's like this. They say, man, I wish I had as much confidence as you. I said, you don't want this problem. That's why I go around quoting that Ali. I'm not conceited. I'm just convinced.
Yeah.
And it's because I'm like, I know I can do better. Like some people, man, I can do better. Prove it. I know for a fact I can, because I've already seen the light in so many rooms, and I can learn, man, about fast as you talking like a computer. I'm like, okay, yeah, keep going. What was you saying? Got it.
Got it.
And then I'll go ahead and execute. My buddy Michael Miller, who taught me photography, said, Trey, you one of the people you can't tell nothing to. He said, I'll talk to other photographers, 30 minutes, 2 hours about all the lights and stuff. He said, your ass went and bought everything. I said, yeah, I wasn't asking for my own fucking good. I was asking because I wanted to master an idea, so much so I got better than him using white backgrounds, and he hired me to shoot all his stuff with the way he said, I don't even want to use that thing no more. You're so good at it.
There you go.
But what are you going to do to think a little bit more of yourself, man, and kind of get in the game and know that you're in the game? Because I don't think even you know that you're in the game right now. Maybe that's because you don't know. We talked about skills and position, all that other stuff. Like, what are you going to do, man?
Man, I got to get the same, like you said, when I go in that trans, I know I can get the dog to do it. And I just have to have that outside and stop doubting that, man, I may not be able to get this dog to do it just because, I mean, it's a 70% chance that, this dog may be a bum. But that 30, I'm still good enough to bring out that 30% in the dog. So I have to just realize to myself that I can do the work, because the work is the easy part. But having the plan for it and being able to execute exactly what I'm saying I'm going to do. And oftentimes I think...
the work isn't the easy part, right?
It is for me.
No, that's the problem. It's easy because it's mindless, but it's not easy because you don't know what you're doing it for. That's the problem. Some people, and I told you this, you can get in there, get active, go out there and wear your fucking self out. And he's saying, what do I get for this?
Yeah.
In my mind, I'm like, oh, that's crazy. That kind of work. I said, but that's going to cost you. I know what it's worth, and I know how to leverage that. So when you say it's easy, that's a good thing, and it is. It's clockwork to you. Literally, know. It's like me in the gym. Mm-hmm. But I know what I'm trying to do. I mean, better my hips, whatever the case may be. When life's kicking my ass, I know for the most part what I need to do to chill and relax. So take a step backwards in a sense. But the work is actually the hard part, because you don't always know what to work towards.
Yeah.
There's your problem. So that's where we go back to goal setting. So how do we improve your thought process and thought patterns so that you can continue to grow as an individual and not miss those steps?
I think should being asked these questions, you know, putting it out there and even starting to like organize the training and everything is making a lot of it make more sense. So it's like, okay, we got to do 1, 2, 3 pretty much with every single dog instead of me having to see the dog and be like, okay, we got to do 1, 2, 3, because we're going to do the same thing. We're going to see what motivates the dog. We're going to see how we can build their drive, and we're going to see if we can get them biting. So in bite work aspect. So I have to be better at having those 1, 2, 3s down before I even get there.
And then, so do you have a goal for every dog?
Just to make them better.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that goes back to, again, knowing the work that needs to get done, identifying the work, setting the goal, setting the tone, and executing the work too. Mm-hmm. Look, guys, he wanted to talk a little bit about bite training. All training in life becomes difficult when you don't know what you're training for. Kobe trained so he could win championships. A lot of niggas in the NBA train and practice and go home afterwards with no goal. There's a reason why there's Michael Jordan. Everybody training ain't training to be the best. Tom Brady, even Patrick Mahomes. I don't even watch. Y'all know I don't watch sports, but here's the facts. Ray Lewis, how does his defense stay 17 years in the top 5? Because they believe in one man. That's he literally said that in thing. So a lot of folks training, but they ain't training for shit. They just going through the fucking motions, which is why I'm telling you. The work's the easy part. That's the dumb shit. Because a lot of niggas get paid a lot of money to sit on the bench. And some niggas getting paid, you like, damn, it's 37 teams in the NBA, 11 niggas on each squad. Who are these niggas? Before fucking Steph Curry, I was like, it's Golden State. That's a team? That's a real team in the NBA?
Yeah.
Niggas train for different reasons, my nigga. And some niggas training to say they train, some niggas training to change things. And we're sitting here talking, I'm only training you guys to change the world.
Yeah. And
I'm training myself every day to be prepared for the world to change. So now niggas can't even train the way I'm training because I'm like, you're not ready for that. You're not ready for it. It's just like, I'm a Marvel guy, Thanos. He was training so nobody could stop him. And everybody around him like, don't worry, he got it. At that first scene, let him have his fun. This is child's play. I ain't even got to use a stone to whoop his ass. And he looking at him like this nigga can't fight. He beat the dog shit out the hoe. Slammed me down and sent him back to a human form. Mm-mm. That nigga said, look, I ain't fucking with that nigga again. I'm good.
Give me some help.
They ain't even create another scene for the Hulk to get revenge. The Hulk's like this, look, go on and quit fucking with him, boy. Don't even think about it. You just stay right in your lane, buddy. But you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Bane trained to change things. He already knew. He's like, Batman, he looking at it. Batman hit him in the face. You fight like a younger man. And then he said he break his indestructible armor. It's in the comics too. Nigga broke his indestructible armor, bro. Bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like the villains more. Because the niggas training not to lose. Heroes, they just fight. We're good. We can together. We can defend them niggas. Them villains show up. Nigga, they not playing.
It's different. Yeah.
They not playing. So when you take your next 5 steps and lean into the training and everything you're doing, what are you really training for? You do this every day, and I haven't personally seen an actual result. Even if you haven't, if somebody gave you 100,000 to train a dog, what the fuck does that mean? When they call me, they're only calling me to change things, and you know that by now. Mm-hmm. Hey, can you improve this whole business? Absolutely. And what does that do? It forces me to learn new skills, better the things that I want to get in, and it teaches me new skills, even about myself, communication, etc. But I am literally reading and mastering myself and training for that one moment I might get to change the whole world. And that in itself is the difference between somebody training and me training like, bro, you ain't got the same intent. I assure you, you ain't got the same energy. The mind ain't there. So for those listening, especially, as I'm sitting talking to Stan, this is a good topic, which is why I might have to do one with Jamarcus just to really enhancing his thought pattern when things come up. I'm like, why do you think that's a bad idea? I think there's a good way to look at it because it's not the stupid topic. Mm-hmm. It's just how do we put it all together per se.
How do we make it make sense?
Make it make sense to those people listening. Guys, for those that are listening, I would tell you this. Life is difficult. It's complicated. You need to know your do's and don'ts. You need to embrace your 5 senses. You need to get very familiar with your mind, body, and your spirit. You need community. It's crazy for me to say that, but I'm telling you right now. I took a buddy of mine some coffee this morning, and he was so ecstatic. He was wore out, man. Slept 3 hours in 14 days. Just he stressed the fuck out dealing with everything, but he was so grateful and thank me. Man, I think he probably said thank you 15 times. Thanks for coming. Man, it's so good seeing you. And it's just like I've been in the house for like 2 weeks, Trev. I said, man, you got to get out, man. If you want to get dinner tonight, let me know. I'll go get you some food, man. I got you covered. But it's that community that keeps those guys going too. Mm-hmm. While I'm showing him opportunities, he's like, oh, he said, yeah, man, we could do that. We could build this. We could such and such. I only go places I can change things. I'm not the person to jump in the car, even like when we went to go see Richard. I'm not jumping in the car to go do what we did the other day for fucking fun. That fun shit ain't for me. I'm going because I like what he's doing. I like that he sends me some good food. I like that he helps take care of my dogs. I like that you guys could be there and you got all access.
Yeah.
You got all access to a whole facility. And you know, sometimes people get caught up in what they do and they figure they can help and work with others too. What have you benefited from and what have you learned over the years in working with others?
You got to work with the right people. You got to work with people who have goals that are aligned with what you're doing. Work with people that want you to benefit from the work that you're doing. Because, like you said, I was doing a lot of work somewhere else, and I literally don't have anything to show for it besides being put in front of thousands of dogs that shouldn't have been doing anything, and we motivated them to get them to do it. So, I mean, I picked up that skill from it, but you got to be around the people that are going to push you to be better because, you know, our brand is iron sharp and iron sharpens iron. And if you ain't around people that are iron, you're just going to be getting dull. And that's what happened to me.
Or you get stagnant. See, iron don't always get just you know, dull. It can get sharper, though.
Yeah.
So you might come up with a new opponent, and now your iron ain't ready to deal with that nigga.
Mm-hmm. And then you lose.
Then you lose. So you want to set yourself up not to lose. I love that, you know, the topic was, hey, I want to talk about bite training. Well, we're really asking, hey, how do I train people to take the life bites? Hey, what does that look like? Because life fucking with Stan's car. That's a bite. The fucking transmission. Damn, he getting bit up, boy. By the time, like, damn, I think I got an elbow left, nigga.
It's a live bite, nigga.
Yeah. Then this happened and that happened. You're like, damn, life is taking a bite out of my ass. Mm-hmm. And you're going to get literally bit by dogs. And that's crazy because that might provide some relief in all the other pain that you might be dealing with or suffering through.
Well, yeah, because it's like you said, I'm not thinking about it then. Anything else I'm going in life, when I'm in front of a dog, I have to pay attention to that dog. You can't be thinking about your car messed up because the moment you go, that car, that's when your eyes get bit. Yeah. Every time that I've took my mind off of the dog is when I got bit.
That sound like when God or Jesus told him to, you know, walk off take a couple steps off the boat, right?
And don't take your eyes off of me. Yep.
Don't take your eyes off of me. He said, look, they thought Jesus was a ghost, right? He's like, man, what's that dude walking on the water? This is crazy. And he said, you don't believe it's me? Step off the boat, but don't take your eyes off me. See, a lot of times in life, people, for those that are listening, y'all get focused on the bullshit and all these other fucking people that don't goddamn matter.
Yep. You
take your eyes off of what the goal is, what's important, and then the nigga drown. Or he's sinking. Jesus, what do you do? Reach down and pick him up. I told you I was who I said I was, man.
I'm him.
All you had to do was stay fucking focused.
Yep.
That's why I'm like this. I don't read no comment. I don't give a shit what these niggas think. I'm so focused on the task at hand, we've got nothing to discuss, I promise. Unless you're sitting at this table with me. Guys, listen, stay motivated.